What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab. For today's video, I'm going to be unboxing and testing out the Fujifilm X-S10. This is something very new for me. This is my very first Fujifilm camera. Something about Fujifilm that I know is that it has a certain look. Something that I know about Fujifilm is I don't really know much. I'm excited to unbox this. I'm excited to try this thing out. I know it only shoots 4K 30, but we are going to shoot some video footage with it. We're gonna take some photos with it, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on it. So this X-S10 also comes with a kit lens, which is a 1855 2.8 lens that I'm going to be testing out. But I also have this lens, which is a Fujinon XF 35mm. So this is gonna be good for the low light shots. You guys know I love shooting at night, so this is gonna come in super clutch. And yeah, without further ado, let's switch it to the top-down angle. Nice and matte black. I've got some fingerprints on it already, but let's get to it. Open it off top. There's no plastic sealing. So we get some manuscripts. Oh, that looks like the camera. Okay. Oh, it might be the lens actually. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, here's a camera. Here she is. Kind of looks like 510. You guys see that? But on it's X-S10, and it feels very light. All right, let's see what else we got in here. This is something. That's also something. Is this something? Oh, this is definitely something. All right, let's get this out the way. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, we have here battery, USB-C dongle, and a Fujifilm strap. My very first Fujifilm strap. Kind of hyped about this. Manuscripts in Japanese. Oh, this is the lens and the lens hood. Pretty big box for a small lens. Here she is. Oh, that's a nice little lens. All right, lens cap. All right, before I dive into the actual camera, let's unbox the other lens. All right, second lens, 35mm, 1.4. Another nice matte black box that matches. Oh, that's cool. For this one, it comes with a lens bag. Oh, it doesn't say Fuji on it though. Just a nice black lens bag, universal. Oh, there it is. We see it now. Registration, manuscripts. This is what you guys really want to see right here. The lens. Look at this, 35. Fits in my palm. And another lens hood. Oh, that's cool. What's that? All right. Lens hood. Fujinon. All right, so this is what we got. This is what we're working with today, y'all. X-S10, 1855, 35. Let's power this bad boy on. Let's see what we're working with. Hopefully it comes with battery. We got something. We got our menu system. I really enjoyed this process though, of setting up the time for every new camera that I get. All right, no memory card. Oh, we're gonna need a memory card. Let's see what kind of memory card this thing takes. I kind of figured it's gonna be an SD card. Something I read was that there's no charger. It doesn't come with a charger, so I guess we're just gonna go USB-C. All right, so we have a flippy screen. This should be good for vlogging and also getting those low angles. Let me just charge this for like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. No, just picked up some Shake Shack. He said no indoor dining in New York City. Oh. We're gonna eat this.
Yeah.
If there's a will, there's a way, right? Let him know. Alright you guys, so we just made it back. It is hella cold outside. I'm not built for this type of weather. Anytime it's under 30, I'm just, you know, in New York terms, they'd say it's brick out. I'm not from New York. I'm not gonna act like I'm from New York either. Anywho, getting back into the camera, I shot some video clips, I shot some photo clips. The first half was actually shot on this 1855 kit lens, and then the second half was shot on this 35. A couple things that I really enjoyed was the image stabilization on the 1855. This 35 actually doesn't have OIS, which is optical image stabilization. I know, kind of a mouthful. But this 1835 does. Pretty much it just gives an extra layer of stabilization that allows you to get smoother shots. So a bunch of the handheld stuff that I was doing with OIS on, it just looks less jerkier. It just allowed me to do more panning type of shots. Now I want to hook the camera up and show you guys a couple settings that I really enjoy. Let's hook this thing up. Something I really enjoyed off top was this film simulations. The film simulations, you see as I do this right here on the top left, it gives you different colors. It's all built into the shots that you take. Something that I noticed is that the video shots that I was taking, it'll all bake in. The photo shots, once I put it into Lightroom, it'll just convert back to RAW. And I didn't notice it baking into the JPEG shots. Maybe it was a setting that I needed to change, but I wasn't too bothered by it. But I did really enjoy the simple fact that the video shots were baked in and that I would get the nice tones that I wanted with this one. This Pro Negative Standard was actually my favorite. This one right here. Because of the, I don't know, it had like a blue tint to the shadows and it just looked very filmic to me, and I don't know, I just really enjoy shooting on it. Quickly, I wanted to go over the menu system real quick. Cool that there's a grain effect that you can add. And going into the video settings, I shot this whole video on 4K 30. 4K 30 you can actually slow down on a 4K 24 timeline, and this camera actually only shoots 1080-60. I didn't shoot any 1080-60 clips, but you could do that and mix it in with the 4K footage so that you could get those nice slow-mos. But because it was so cold out, I had gloves on and I just didn't want to go through the menu system to switch into 1080-60 and 4K 30, so I just shot the whole thing on 4K 30. Right here you can turn on the OIS, and I had that on. Right here in the top left, there's a little shutter dial. I was playing with the menu system and I was just trying to figure out where everything was. It definitely had a unique look that I needed to get used to. But I noticed when I was trying to change like different shutter priorities, it was actually right here on the top left. So you could go between still image, high speed continuous, low speed, bracketing, HDR, panorama, and multiple exposure. So I accidentally took one of these multiple exposure shots. This is what it looked like. If you want to change between AF and manual focus, there's actually no AF or manual button on the actual lens. You have to go into the menu system, hit Q, come over here to AFC, and then on the top right, you just switch it there. Boom. You will want to keep it in manual focus mode if you're shooting more video stuff. I also forgot to mention that this screen is actually touch screen as well, so you could go around. Let's see. Just say when you're navigating through the settings, hit Q. I want you to change some stuff up. Then you can literally just touch. You change the film simulations from here too. And you get the typical shooting modes that usually comes with the camera. M for full manual, A for aperture priority, S for shutter priority, P for program, and then auto. Another thing I wanted to mention is that there's a cool flash that comes off the top, so if you wanted to mix in some flash photography, I didn't personally use it, but you know, you could get super creative, especially in low light situations. So I really enjoyed shooting with this 35 because of how compact it was. So you guys might have seen in my story that I paired it with this Zhiyun M2 Crane, and it's a small, compact, super lightweight crane that allows you to get those nice gimbal shots. I didn't end up using it because the storm was just hitting so hard. I just shot everything on handheld, and this is what it looked like. Super small, compact, lightweight, you know? Very incognito, so if you're into that, just say if you're shooting in like a foreign country or just shooting on the streets and you don't want to be super out there with a big ass camera, I would definitely suggest you go with a smaller, more compact setup, and this would be perfect. You know, you can go in, out of things, wrap around things. You can shoot it in cinematic 24 frames, or you could drop it down 1080-60, slow it down. So after using this camera for the past couple of days, it's crazy because my relationship with cameras are very honeymoon. I'd probably take it out on a date for a couple nights and then, you know, it's on to the next. But some things that really stood out is just how much of a camera it felt like. It felt like an old school like film camera. My girl just bought a traditional film camera, and this body type is very similar to a traditional film camera, but with digital features. Like being able to shoot 4K off this thing with the SD card, being able to take really nice stills, and like I mentioned in the beginning, Fuji photos look like Fuji photos. With every menu system, it always takes a little time to get used to, but with this one, it took me maybe a couple hours to just get the hang of things, but once I got it, we're on and popping. If you guys want to learn more about this camera, how much it costs, I provide a link down below. I want to give a huge shout out to Fuji as well as Moment for making this all happen. I'm very excited to start this journey with my first Fujifilm camera, and I'm excited to try more Fuji cameras in the future. Aside from that, I hope that you guys stay safe. It's the holidays. Just stay safe, stay hydrated, and never stop creating. And I'll holler at y'all in the next video. All right?